And welcome back to the Restaurant Show. I'm joined now by Angela Neff from New Glarus Bakery. Angela, welcome back.
Hey, thanks, Justin. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to have you back. So we're going to be making your infamous nut horns.
Yes, they are infamous.
So first of all, tell us exactly what is a nut horn.
Well, the nut horn was developed by my prior boss back when I worked when I was in high school.
Sure.
With Howard and Nancy Weber at the time, and Howard had brought the nut horn on board during 1980-ish time frame, and he had learned the recipe from a baker that he had apprenticed with. And it's very simple ingredients. It really means Nuss-horn in German.
Okay.
So Nusse, umlaut over the U, horn.
Umlaut,
yep.
that's what
yeah,
that's called,
umlaut. Yep, the little dot above. Yes, yes. So Nuss-horn or nut horn. And he brought the recipe in, and it's become a traditional favorite at the bakery.
Wow.
It's so famous that we were actually on the Food Network for a long time.
Really?
Yes, for quite a few years.
That's really cool.
Yep.
And I think it's also really cool that you now own the place that you worked at in high school.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
That was cool, yeah. When I left there in 95, I actually said to them, I'm like, hey, if you ever want to sell someday, look me up.
Yeah.
And we were twisted of events. I ended up here. So it's been 12 years, actually, as of August 13th. It was 12 years of ownership, so going into 13 years here.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So, tell me, why is this such an infamous recipe? Why you called it an infamous nut horn? Why is it so infamous?
It's infamous because it's very simple ingredients, and it's been a customer love.
It's just been so popular.
It's popular.
Yeah.
They love it. It looks weird. It tastes amazing. It's got some really unique ingredients in there that you would be like, oh, I would have never thought to do something like that.
Yeah.
So the dough recipe is really simple, and the filling recipe is actually quite simple too. So
well, let's get started here.
Yeah.
Let's start making some nut horn.
So what we do is we make the dough, the pastry, in a really large bowl, and then we portion it out. And so the little nubbins, after they come out of the cutter,
nubbins, those are called
nubbins, little nubbins we call them. You can even see the marks underneath here from the dough rounder.
Okay.
The nubbins come out from the dough rounder, and we have to let it chill down. We do a lot of chill processes throughout the sequence here. And then we run it through what is called our Rondo sheeter. It's an electronic rolling pin.
Okay.
And we send through many hundreds of these. Half a batch is about 435 count. 865 for the big one.
Yeah.
So we run this through at different stages. So this is like the stage afterwards, and then it gets to be a little guy there. And then we take that from the white retarders, we call it, which is a refrigerator. It's bakery term. And we take it and back through the electronic rolling pin, and we scale it down to a little bit thinner.
Okay.
And then we divvy it out like we're playing a deck of cards on our wood table. And then what we do is we take our other part of our signature recipe, and that is our filling. So
these aren't meatballs we're looking at.
No, they're not meatballs. They're not Swedish meatballs at all. No, they're filling. They're filling.
Okay, so what goes in there?
The uniqueness of the dough is there's cream cheese in this dough.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, there's cream cheese in this dough.
My interest is piqued.
Okay. So the ingredients for the filling is butter, walnuts, sugar.
That's it.
Finito. Done.
That really is simple.
That is.
Yeah.
So you're probably wondering what kind of walnuts we use. We actually buy from a company who takes all the walnuts that aren't for scale for putting in like desserts and such. So they grind all of them up. So there could be an English walnut in there, it could be a black walnut in there, it could be any kind of walnut that they have left over, and they just pulverize it and grind it to a pulp. So then we take it and then we put it in the bowl. We add the mixture to it, the butter and the walnuts and a little bit of sugar, and we actually hand portion these out. So,
you do? Okay.
Yep, I scooped them just for presentation today.
Sure.
So,
all right.
So what we do is we take a little bit of the filling.
Okay.
Okay. And then we put them on each of the pieces of dough here.
Now, all the rolling that went on, the electronic rolling pins that you have and everything, that sounds really cool. Is this something that does that need to happen with an electronic rolling pin, or can people do this at home with a regular rolling pin?
You could do it with a regular rolling pin. I actually brought a rolling pin here just in case we needed to roll something out. But you know, when you're trying to get a lot out in a short period of time,
got big orders coming in.
Big orders coming in. Yes, exactly. So So what we do from here, I need to grab my paper towel here.
Okay.
Because we don't want any walnut on the outside of the dough.
Oh, sure, yeah, yeah.
So we're going to
kind of a
fold this
presentation
guy
thing.
over. Okay. We're going to make like a little pocket.
Oh, all right.
So we're going to stretch
It's a
him
little
out.
dumpling.
Little dumpling.
A
Yes.
little nuthorn dumpling right
Exactly.
there.
So I'm going to pull this
And how long
out.
did you say the dough has to chill then before?
Probably a couple hours.
Okay, so not too long, not
No,
overnight
but
or
there's two
anything like
chill
that.
processes.
Sure.
One's you know, right after you're done making the little nubbins, and then between each
Sure.
process. So, and you don't want to roll these when it's god awful hot out.
Right.
So we try to do it right out of the retarder, so they're stone cold. We let them
Sure.
sit for just a little bit, and then we actually roll them.
Awesome.
Okay,
Awesome.
ready?
Yep, okay, I'm ready to see this.
Okay, we'll need a little room here.
Okay.
So we fold this corner back in, okay? And then as we do this,
Oh, you're
we
stretching it.
stretch. We stretch the dough.
How about that?
We stretch the dough. Okay.
Have you ever broken it when you've stretched it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The key to this is keeping the dough moist. So when you run a batch, you
Okay.
want to get it done within a day or two.
Okay.
So
So what's the next step after it's all rolled? What's the next step? It looks like is it fried? Is it baked?
we actually put them on full-size sheet pans, and then we stack them, and then we freeze them.
Okay.
So because they're in such large batches, we freeze them, and then we pull them out and we bake them fresh every day. And
Okay.
then when we're done, we dip them when they're hot, and that's what they look like.
And there's your finished product. Right
And I'm
there.
actually going to break one open so everybody can
Yeah.
see what the inside looks like.
Look at that.
So,
Beautiful.
yeah,
It's beautiful. Well, Angela, I have to try
you got to
some.
try it. Yes.
And
they're
now I know
very-
why it's so infamous.
Yes.
Angela Neff from New Glarus Bakery, we always enjoy having you on the program. Thanks for stopping by today.
Thanks for the invite.
Don't go away. There's more Restaurant Show coming up right after this. Stick around.